Who's laughing now? This gun in my hand.
Tuesday morning on the 11th floor of the Cranford building.
Good morning. I'm Mr. Cranford's executive assistant, Largo, Maine. May I help you?
Yes, I'm Flick Zoltan. I have an appointment to meet with Mr. Cranford about a business opportunity I think he'll be interested in.
Mr. Cranford doesn't usually indulge solicitors, but he knows who you are, Mr. Zildjian.
Shoot, I should have picked a less conspicuous cover name.
He'll be with you shortly. Please have a seat in the waiting area, right through here.
Thanks. I've got you down for 9:15 a.m., Miss Chalmers. Right through there's the waiting area.
Thank you. Excuse me, you're in my seat.
Me? There's 6 other empty chairs.
That one's mine.
Fine, I'm moving. It's all yours.
I don't like the way you said that.
Sorry.
You don't sound sorry.
What do you want, lady?
What makes you think you can talk to me like that?
This gun in my hand. Sorry, no, I'm putting it away. Let's just sit quietly and wait our turn, okay, ma'am? Ow! What was that?
This fist of my hand. And there's more where that came from.
I don't know what you got against me, lady, but fighting with people in his waiting room doesn't seem like a way to endear yourself to Lamont Cranford.
That shows what you know. Cranford's paying me a C-note to knock you out. And this ought to do it.
That's enough, Lucy. I just wanted to see what Mr. Zildjian was made of.
Is that you, Cranford? Where are you? Are you invisible?
No, I'm on the intercom. Step into my office, won't you?
Falk Zildjian, I'm so glad to finally meet you.
I knew you had a lot of business ventures, but I wouldn't have guessed you managed ladies wrestling.
I did a favor for Ms. Chalmers once, and I occasionally ask her to do me a favor in return.
I'll bet.
Would you like to join me in a glass of claret? Or is 9 in the morning too early for you?
I don't drink.
What do you use to put color in your cheeks? No, don't tell me. This gun in my hand, mwam.
You have the advantage over me, Cranford. You know all about me, but I don't know about you.
What are you dying to know? Go ahead, interrogate me.
Well, everybody knows you're wealthy playboy and industrialist Lamont Cranford. Not everyone knows you're the Shade. I thought his secret identity was Cremont Lanston, but that guy turned out to be a copycat.
Yes, former president of my fan club. He saw how much my assistant Largo Maine adores me. He thought he could win her heart by becoming me. I had to give him the old... whew.
Are you admitting you killed him?
No, I gave him a heavy session of mesmerism. He's no longer a threat to anyone except the pigeons he keeps on the roof of his apartment building. You really shouldn't pet pigeons very firmly.
I know your catchphrase, although I don't quite get it. Who knows what evil...
That's not the real one. I publicized that to throw everyone off. The real catchphrase is, who knows what object you were looking for when you stepped into this room? The Shade knows.
I still don't get it.
That's the whole key to my power, and my transformation into the Shade.
Invisibility.
That's the way people perceive it, but basically the question confounds people so much it makes them susceptible to my suggestions. I can tell them they can't see me anymore, or they can't remember what happened for the last 5 minutes.
Do you mind,
A demonstration? Not at all. I'll just ask you, Mr. Zildjian, what object were you looking for when you stepped into this room?
Oh, it was, I still have my keys in my pocket. Was it a can opener or a wrench? God, what did I come in here for?
You won't remember our previous conversation, and you'll no longer be able to see me, Mr. Zildjian.
Who is that? I can hear you, but the room is empty. It's the Shade, isn't it?
I never need to fumble in some coat check room or vestibule to change into a hero costume. I'll never get caught with my hero costume under my civilian clothes, because I can simply say the magic words.
Are you talking to someone else who's invisible in this room? It sounds like you're in the middle of a conversation, but I just got here.
Under normal conditions, the trick only works on people older than 30, but I've found it works on people as young as 16 if they're overworked or stressed. So basically everybody these days. In fact, I haven't tried it on children. It would probably work on them.
I came here to find out if you use your powers for good or evil.
Nothing but good.
Could you make yourself visible while we talk? This is kind of weird.
Of course. You won't remember when we're done anyway.
Thanks. Hi. Good to meet you, I guess. All of Gary McIntyre's clients have these diabolical names, but he claims they're anti-heroes, which he further claims is a type of hero.
Oh, Gary's a character, isn't he? I'm finding some great costumed villains for you, Bobby.
Your hero name, The Shade. It comes from the archaic term for a ghost?
No, early in my career I liked to insult villains as I confronted them. Throwing shade, you see. I still do occasionally, but it's not as fun when you're going to wipe their memory of the events afterward. The comics and radio and pulp magazines depict my work as if it's all excitement and fisticuffs, but really all I do these days is ask them the magic question, then make them docile and go about my work silently, taking their weapons, tying them up, calling in the detectives as a cleanup crew. Rather workmanlike, really. But yes, it's a holdover from the early days when I was renowned for throwing shade. My catchphrase on the radio was, "Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men who wear cardigans that are so last year? The Shade knows."
Well, I couldn't find any accusations of crime or paternity suits against you. The cops credit you with putting lots of criminals behind bars. I guess you're a good enough guy. I'll see myself out. It was nice meeting you, I think.
Nice meeting you.
Oh, one more thing. There's a rumor that your personal assistant, Largo Main, practices witchcraft.
Her fashion choices are questionable, but I haven't seen her transform anyone into a goat.
Yeah, I figured it was nothing.
She does look remarkably similar to the mother of Charles Foster Kane, though. Oh well, she's a great gal. My business and my heroics would be a mess without her efforts.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Cranford. I appreciate your openness.
Not at all. I'll leave you enough memories from this encounter that you won't feel the need to return.
What?
Before you go, may I ask, what object were you looking for when you stepped into this room?
We thank you for joining us on This Gun in My Hand. Don't miss the next exciting episode of The Emerald Ash Borer on WPAR, Parabellum City.
Hurry, Castro. We're out to smash a payday lending racket.
I don't understand why we need to hurry. The racket of payday lending is widespread and systematic. It's not like we can beat up 1 or 2 or 50 bad people to stop the abuse. Besides, payday lending is legal.
What? No, it's a form of loan sharking. We still have usury laws.
Many states passed exemptions to their usury laws for payday lending and small loans. To smash the racket, we'd need to organize a movement of workers and consumer advocacy groups, pressure politicians to restore full usury laws. We'd have to pass other laws to prevent political donations by corporations. Then there's the revolving door of lobbyists appointed as government regulators who eventually leave their government jobs to work for the industries they had previously regulated. We'll be lucky to end the overall payday lending racket in our lifetimes.
You're a buzzkill.
Made in the Shade, Episode 12 of This Gun in My Hand was made by Rob Northup. Visit thisguninmyhand.blogspot for full credits, show notes, details on how to subscribe, and to buy my books. Little Heist in the Big Woods and Other Revisionist Atrocities is for sale in PDF format for the low, low price of $2.99. What object was I looking for when I stepped into this room? What was it? Oh, this gun in my hand.